the moment you've all been waiting for. Just kidding. But a lot of you have been waiting for. I already have my makeup on, my base makeup on, because I'm going to do my eyebrow tutorial. This is long awaited by many of my friends. So yeah, let's get into it. I have the products that I use for my eyebrows right here. Now, the reason I've kind of put off filming this is because, like, I don't think I'm an expert or anything. My eyebrows take me a really long time. I mess them up some days, you know what I mean? I think it's the hardest part of makeup. So if you feel like you struggle with your eyebrows, it's not just you. I think it's really hard. It shapes your face. They grow, you know, you go get them done wrong or you do them wrong. I do my own eyebrows because I don't trust people anymore. If you knew me when I was younger and you saw my eyebrows look like, you know why I stopped going. They used to be like lines. So they've come a long way. But as you can see, my eyebrows are two different shapes, and that is okay. Pretty much everybody's is. You're not really going to be able to get them perfect, but me, I do my best to get them to match. Yeah, so the first thing that I do when I do my eyebrows now, oh actually, let's get, when I do my eyebrows with foundation and makeup on is much different than when I do my eyebrows for like a no makeup day. That could be for another video if you guys are interested in that, like a more natural brow, but when I do my makeup, I do my eyebrows. So the first step, I hope you guys can see good. I didn't want to go too close because I don't know, but I hope you can see my eyebrows. So like you see, this is them. They have nothing on them. I haven't even brushed them. So I'm gonna brush through them. This is my Anastasia Number 12 brush. This is my favorite eyebrow brush for powder or pomade, if you're into either of those. It also has a spoolie on the end, so I'm gonna brush my eyebrows with them, just to any hairs that might be stuck in the other makeup I've put on, or, you know, in a weird spot, you know. Just brushing them out, make the hairs nice and loose. And the next thing I do is I take this eyebrow gel. This is the only eyebrow gel that I like to do this with. If it's not this one, I just go straight in without the gel. But a lot of times I go in with the Colourpop Brow Boss Gel. I like this, just because I can kind of shape the direction that I want the hairs to go in before I even start filling them in, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm gonna do today. This gel is not too stiff. It's clear. It has a really tiny brush, so I feel like I have a lot of control, and it's like $6, and they sell it at Ulta now. So if you're curious to try it, go get some. I'm just at the front of my eyebrow right here. I go straight up because those hairs are a lot shorter. Straight up, not completely, like I'm not brushing them all the way up because my hairs need to be trimmed really badly, but I go in the upward direction, and I'm not dipping in. I'm just gonna turn it a little bit because there's enough product on here. I'm not trying to make them slick yet, you know, stay. I'm just trying to shape them up a little bit. Then I lightly go through the middle here, like the arch area, but not too much to where I get rid of my arch. Like I pull the hairs along the bottom of my brow up, just the hairs in the middle to try and fill in that blankness that I have. Just kind of doing this. So that might look a little bit weird right now, but as you can already see, like we have more of a thicker shape. The hairs are more like dispersed, and I feel like I just have a better starting point when I do this. So now I'm gonna do the other side. As you've probably seen me use, mention whatever, the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. It's very similar to the Anna. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It's one of the skinny ones. There's all kinds of dupes for it if you don't want to spend the money on this. This is just my personal favorite. The other side has a spoolie. I do like this spoolie better than this one. It's just more worn out, and this one is more precise. So next, I'm going to go in and I'm going to start with the bottom of my brow right here, and I'm going to do little strokes to mimic the hair. And fill in the sparse areas right here. And I start in the bottom of my brow, like to like here, and then you'll see, I'll explain along. I'm holding it down here. You see, the same way I hold my makeup brushes. It's loose, you should be able to kind of, I'm not holding it like this and doing this, because just that pressure and like that tightness, you're gonna make them too dark, or you're gonna break this off, or you're just gonna, it's not gonna look as pretty. Hold it down here, you know, loosely, and just lightly start filling them in. So now we have the bottom portion of this brow filled in. Now when I go to the top, like in the middle, I kind of fill the middle just like regularly, but when I get to the top, down here we went up. When I get to the top, I go down towards my eyebrow because these hairs grow like this and these hairs kind of grow like this, and I'm trying to keep that same shape, keep that natural look in the way that my hairs grow. So right here, now when I get here, that's where I can control if I want my brows to be more round, if I want them to be more angled, soft. That's where you just have to be strategic, where you start to change the direction in which you draw your hair. So if you want them to go round, like if you want a round, like if I would just continue from here to here, I would just fill that in, you know, think about it like coloring. But if I want more of an arch, I'm gonna follow this line that I've already created straight and fill in that whole little place. You'll see. So now that I've created that, it looks kind of like right here because we haven't done that yet. Now I'm just going to connect that point that I made here, and we're going to thicken our tail, and everything's going to come together at the end. Still doing the same short strokes towards my towards this way, towards my face. Creating a little point when we get there, and that's pretty much it. This is the, you know, the main shape that I'm going for, and then I'll look at it. If I see any parts that look lighter or darker, I'll fill it in accordingly. I'll brush it out accordingly. You brush it, you're gonna make it lighter, you're gonna disperse the product. If you go back in, obviously you're gonna make it darker. So I'll go in and I'll kind of perfect light touches. I always look at my eyebrow from all angles because people don't just look at you like this, they look at you from all over. So I always look at my tail like this, and I wanna make sure that the color is even. You can't see any like transparency to where, ooh, there's no makeup right there. Like, I just want it to look natural. So now I have the base of that eyebrow. Now normally I would do like most of it with the pencil on this one too, and then go in the powder on both, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to finish one eyebrow while explaining it, and then you can just watch me do this one all together to kind of reiterate what I said. So now that I have most of my eyebrow done, I'm gonna take my powder. This is the Anastasia Soft Brown Powder Duo. Soft brown's the color, and this is it. I mostly use the light one. I only use the dark one when I am, you know, filling in this part of my brow, which I normally do when I have no makeup on, but for the front of my brow, what I'm about to do, I'm only gonna use the light side. So I'm gonna take that same number 12 brush, and I'm gonna dip it straight in. Tap it, a little bit come off, not much, but you want to make sure you don't like go crazy. And then this is where I'm going to connect the bottom and the top, and then I'm gonna go up with my hairs. That's my biggest tip, like follow the direction of your hair. Like if your hairs are going up right here, you don't want to draw it down. Like I don't know, does it make sense to me? So this is what I do. And I'm gonna go right here, and I'm gonna lightly start to connect it. And you want to follow through, you know what I mean? You don't want to just stop right here. You want to follow through so everything is cohesive. Sometimes I'll even brush it all the way to right here just to make things look more put together, and I feel like it really makes a difference. And now you can see we have the bottom pretty much done, and I'm gonna keep up right here, and then I'm gonna turn my brush like this, and I'm gonna go up right here for the very front so that we can close it without being too harsh. And then to really like fill the front, I don't really go in and grab any extra product. I'm using whatever's left over on my brush because I like my eyebrows to look light, 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 darker, darker, darker. Not dark, light, you know, I want it to fade into the darkness. This is always my darkest part of my eyebrow over here. And that's pretty much it. And then I take my spoolie lightly because it'll sometimes put streaks in my foundation, which is pretty annoying. And that's the eyebrow. And if I want them to look extra like, what's the word? Sculpted, or I don't know, I'll take this dark color, just a little bit. I'll dip it in once or twice and I'll tap it off. And I'm gonna softly go along the edges of my brow, and it's just gonna add depth and darkness. And I also feel like it helps them last because I'm almost setting that pencil that I put with powder. So I'm gonna like do the same motions I did with the pencil. I always have trouble with right there. It's always lighter. That's why I like the powder. I'll kind of stamp it there. All right, and that is this brow. So I'm going to do my other one now. Okay, so I finished this one, and as you can see, they look very different in my opinion, and this is normal for me. I run into this a lot. This one looks thicker, it looks lighter, so I'm gonna take the lighter powder. I'm gonna show you how I match them up. I take the lighter powder, and I'm basically going to outline this one until I reach the thickness of the other one. So I notice that over here comes down a little lower like always, so I'm gonna make this one the same by adding more product down here and bringing it up into my arch. So now I'm just gonna go through. See, you can see where you can kind of see the line and then see my actual hair. That's why I like to brush the hairs out like this, and then it kind of helps you fake it till you make it. And look at them, I look away, look at the sides. I feel like this one could be a little bit longer, so I just take a tiniest bit of the dark one and just lightly drag it out until I reach what I desire. When I want to make it darker without drawing a line, like, you know, like with a pencil, I take the powder on an angle, oopsies, and I push it like this, right? And then I go where I want it on its side, and I go down, and I use it this way. And you see how it kind of puts it there without it too harsh. That's what I'm going for. And if you don't have brow powder, you can just use an eyeshadow that matches your hair color or whatever color you want your brows to be. And once I decide that I've been sitting here too long, I go back in with the same gel and I'm going to do the same thing. I just want those hairs to be exactly where I want them. So I'm going to go up right here and so forth. Just to extra set them in place. And there you can see the difference. It's not a huge difference, but I feel like it just showcases the little hairs more rather than just looking so solid on your face. Alright, right here is bothering me. You can see here it's more, I don't know how else to describe it. It comes down a little bit thicker before that point, and here I feel like it's a little bit skinny, so I'm going to go back in with my pencil. Okay, and I think that's as close as they're going to get, so there is the rest of my brows. I'm actually filming 2 videos at once right now. So for my eyebrow video, that's gonna be the gist of the video. So this would be the end of the eyebrow video. So here is my eyebrows. I'm going to finish my makeup and then that will be in another video. But for the eyebrow tutorial, that is how I do my eyebrows. I use these 3 products. Plus this brush. I get all of these products at Ulta. You can find them all at Sephora too, just not the gel. You can use any clear gel that you want. You can use any product that you want. I just recommend using these type of products. A pencil, a powder, and a gel. I just feel like that helps them look dimensional. It helps them look, you know, frame your face very well without being too intense. And yeah, I mean, just follow those techniques with the shape of your own brow and your hairs, and I think you'll really like how they come out. I'm sorry I took so long to make this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope this was worth the wait. And you will see how I finish my makeup in the next video, so just be patient. Thank you.